Alrighty. So, last time you last time we finished exploring the cellar of the the cellar beneath the Blood of the Vine Tavern where we found a Candlekeep Library outpost. There was the weird singing madness that you guys managed to, well, first make worse and then get better. Um, Shimshime, I don't know, he, she, Shimself was summoned, and you figured out how to crush Shimshime under a giant 1,000-pound bookcase and got rid of Shimshime. And then you left from the story stuff happened, you got a bag of holding, and then you left from the cellar and began to explore the village of Barovia a bit. Um, you visited Bill Draft's mercantile and were immediately not interested because he's an extortionist, and did a little bit of exploring around the village. Spoke to a woman named Morgantha, who you got some interesting vibes from. She offered you some dream pies, bought a few, stole a couple, and she gave everybody one as a free sample. Um, the party was suspicious of her, but ultimately let her on her way. Um, oh, and before you left the Blood of the Vine Tavern, almost forgot you met an individual. You met Cyrilla, the Vistani who you had previously met in the material plane. She hand delivered you the invitation from Strahd, and she let you know about Madame Ava, who she said could provide some insight onto the types of luck and perhaps even some steps you can take while in Barovia. Right. After that, you visited the church, and spoke. When you were at the church, you spoke to Donovich, who had a son that was afflicted. Um, Donovich asked you to help him with his son, and you did. Um, yeah, so you managed to tie up his son. He was a vampire dude, so he was kind of hard to kill, but you managed to tie him up. And once you did, Donovich came down and stabbed his son in the heart with a stake, or the cross, whatever, killing him and letting you know that he would give you some information about Irina, and that's where the session stopped. Sorry, that was a really bad recap.
It was fine. Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay, here's where we were. All right, so yep. So where we left off, Donovich said, "Oh well, about Irina.
Um,
What about
yes, Vasa.
Irina?
Well, um, Irina. The last I heard of her, you could get information about Irina from Eastmark.
Eastmark.
Yes,
Is that a place?
Eastmark is the burgomaster's son, the late burgomaster's son.
Is he located in this village?
Absolutely. He can often be found hanging around the Blood of the Vine Tavern, sometimes
Hmm.
called Eastmark the Least because he was the son of the burgomaster and in the eyes of many could never stand up to his father's greatness, so often considered to be lesser, though quite a competent soldier himself.
Yeah, that's not going to cause some complexes. All right. Well, I'm sorry for your son, but thank you for the information. We'll do our best to make sure that Dracula is killed. I forgot his name.
Strahd.
Rod.
Strahd, thank you.
Well, thank you so much for your assistance. I am sad for my son, but I would rather him not exist at all than to be in that tortured existence.
No one deserves that.
Absolutely not.
Well, we should probably retreat. See about tending to people's wounds if people are wounded, which I don't think they are. I don't remember how the combat played out. Ryan might be.
I'm okay. I could like rest a little bit and heal up, but I'm quite here right now.
All right, I make my way towards the stairs up to the first level.
Yes, I will follow.
Drag geomes and chromes catatonic bodies.
They're like,
making sure, making sure to drag Geome by the hoof so his head hits every step.
Clop, 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 clop. Alrighty. So, are you leaving the church?
We are leaving the church.
Alrighty. So that takes us back into the village of Barovia.
Fiend
So,
alert.
do what?
Said fiend alert.
Fiend alert. Do you
Fiend.
Off the
Fiend.
woman.
do you have your detect good and evil up?
No.
Okay.
Just saying. We got it already. Were you with us last night? Or last time, Ro, when we were doing this? Long story short. Long story short is this lady gave us some pies that were definitely not made of meat, and she pinged my detect good and evil with fiend aura. So, yeah. And Alexander stole an extra one from her purse, apparently. I didn't.
Are we able to go to that graveyard behind the church?
Probably, but
yeah, you can go out there.
I kind of want to go check that out, see if there's anything going on there. I don't know about anybody else.
We have such bad luck with graveyards.
we've had terrible luck with graveyards. To be fair, wait, no, hang on. Just because he killed one vampire doesn't mean that there couldn't be others. I mean, if you really want to go check it out, I have no more spell slots left, so I can't detect good and evil anymore.
I have slots.
Oh, see, I have a sword that detects good and evil, and anything I swing at is obviously evil.
That is quite.
That is not the way it works.
Quite the assertion.
Wait, is someone big enough to yeet me over the fence?
You could just get back there. You wouldn't even have to climb the fence. You could just walk through it.
I could probably yeet you, but
I just want to check and see if there's anything going on out here.
Alrighty, so as you enter the cemetery, you see there's a fence of wrought iron with a rusty gate that encloses this rectangular plot of land behind the dilapidated church. Right, tightly packed gravestones shrouded by a fog bear the names of souls long past. All seems quiet.
Alright, I'll just do one quick pass through it. Do I notice anything out of the ordinary?
No, as you walk through, the cemetery seems surprisingly still and peaceful. There's nothing that really jumps out at you as seeming unusual or like bad.
Okay. Well, I come back out and report back that graveyard's clear.
Like 6'5", 6'8", somewhere in there. I don't remember.
A tiefling though.
Tieflings are really tall. They're or what am I thinking of?
Oscar, go fuck yourself.
No, I'm thinking of Afrits. They're tall. Graveyard's empty.
According to my
Okay.
calculation, I'm 6'5". That is perfectly within range for a tiefling.
I'm looking up at you.
Alrighty, so graveyard is
Okay.
empty. What would you guys like to do?
We should probably
Um,
head back to the tavern.
the Blood of the Vine Tavern. I believe it was here.
Us two different people point two different ways.
Oh no, it was here.
DM is purple. It's right here.
Okay. So moving forward.
Alrighty. So I don't have a map for it, but you head over to the Blood of the Vine Tavern. Are you going in?
Um,
I'm
Sure.
assuming we need to take a rest after whatever y'all got up to yesterday.
Things that DM asks that make me very, very, very anxious.
Of my character would have no problem in just walking in the inn. So
Yeah, I mean, we have no
Well-
reason to believe that anything's gonna happen, so I'm just gonna walk in.
I'm just asking to make sure.
Sure.
So you walk into the tavern.
Sure, Jan.
It is the familiar Blood of the Vine Tavern. You come in, you see the barkeep, you see the three Vistani women hanging in the background, you see a couple of random people you haven't seen before, and I believe you guys have seen Eastmark before. You see a young man of about 26, 27, sitting over there in the corner drinking his wine. He's got long, almost shoulder length hair, kind of a white color. It's Eastmark.
Doesn't sound familiar.
I think maybe you guys talked to him, but I didn't name him before, but you've come across him.
We will walk up to him and wave and say hello.
Oh, well.
Ismark, are you busy?
I am not particularly busy with anything other than my wine. Do I know you? Can I help you?
We met briefly before here in the tavern, and
Eastmark kind of sizes you up, looks you up and down. Oh, yes, yes, I recognize you. You look much different when you're not drowning.
right, and breathing is good. Does the name Irina mean anything to you?
Irina, yes, that name is familiar. Why do you ask?
It would seem that she was involved in an attack from Strahd, and my companions here would seem to have some sort of business with her. So we were wondering, the father, he let us know that you might know where she is. Why is this?
Eastmark looks at you, his eyes narrow a little bit. What business do they have with Irina on the behalf of Strahd?
I do not think that it is for Strahd. Rather, they I believe they were tasked from Strahd in finding Irina, but after seeing what happened to the poor boy, the priest's son, they have decided to go against Strahd, and they seek to protect Irina. So I do not take kindly to young ladies being attacked, nor do I take kindly to the creation of a vampire spawn. So I cannot say I am deeply hostile to Strahd, but he is not on my good list either.
Interesting. Ismark looks over at the other two. You, tiefling, armored one, come here.
Me.
I do not see any other tieflings in this room here, do you?
Isn't Elias a tiefling?
Oh,
Mhm.
I forgot that.
Misa
Yes,
is a tiefling. The other
tiefling
one,
that
the tall one.
tiefling that has not been talking to me.
What can I help you with?
Walk over as well.
I'm I'm hearing some strange things. In your own words, state to me what is your business with Irina. I I am told that Strahd has sent you.
Strahd has, but we have not completely decided to work for him. He thinks we are, but we want to talk to her and hear her side of things before we make a decision.
To be completely frank, what was asked of us was find Irina and give her a message.
Oh, what was this message?
Strahd wants her back.
Strahd
And
Back?
Strahd thinks she is his soulmate.
back.
Oh, that does not sound creepy at all.
As
That's
I
what we
said,
thought as well.
we are not completely on his side. We are doing what we can to try and save her.
It started as a simple errand, and then it changed into something a little bit more disturbing and macabre. And now that we see what Strahd has inflicted upon the people of this town, uh, we can no longer do his bidding.
Interesting, interesting. Well,
So at this point, we're trying to protect Irene, should she need it.
well, Strahd has already visited Irina. He has found her. This is interesting that he has asked you to do so.
He told
Perhaps
us
this is.
he had not been able to talk to her.
What was that?
He told us he had not been able to find her or talk to her.
I do not know what might have occurred in your conversation, but Strahd attacked Irina. She was at the church attempting to assist and help, and he certainly attacked her, turned that poor Doru into one of his spawn, um, left the church in just a fucking mess.
So
I
we saw.
believe. Yes, interesting. Well, what I will tell you, Irina is my sister.
Oh, you're related?
Not by
Close.
blood, by
Oh,
but she is still my sister. We grew up together. She has been there in my life for as long as I can remember. I am
so she
very
is not related to the late burgomaster.
Fucker.
he we do not say she is not related because family is not always blood, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
for sure. Living my life on the ocean, family is those that you make it, and I will look to the gnome fondly. Uh, and well, I just need to say that do you know anything of her parents or?
We do not know who her birth parents were. Um we just know that we found her. Um and she has been a part of our family for a very long time.
That is what matters.
Come, I will take you to her. I I'm interested to see how this plays out, and you do not seem untrustworthy to me,
He
Well,
appreciates your help.
and I appreciate your honesty and candor about the situation. Alrighty, so Ismark will take you back into a room of the tavern, and he'll go into a room, and he kind of knocks on a wall, on a back wall, and opens up a hidden compartment. And when he opens up this hidden compartment, there's kind of like a little like panic room situation back there, and in the in this room you see a striking young woman with auburn hair. You guys can give me a perception check as well.
Hmm, because these are great.
You wouldn't notice anything with an 8.
Oops.
Well, we've got an 8 and a 9. You probably wouldn't notice much with those.
My dice are mad at me.
Uh, it'll be 2 per. It's 2 per thing, really.
Oh, you
Mine
just
doesn't
said
count. Mine doesn't count.
Yeah.
you just said give us. You didn't say who.
Sorry. I just moved somebody. My bad. In general, if I'm asking for a check, the first 2 will count, unless otherwise specified.
Or you can help someone else and give them advantage on something if you're assisting.
That too. Alrighty.
Sag. Um. So we didn't notice anything in the room.
No, not really. You just notice kind of this panic room with this young woman with striking auburn hair.
I'll wave at the guys to stay back, and I'll go sit down in front of her, sit on the floor in front of her, and introduce myself.
Well, hello there. My name is Irina. Irina Koyana.
Irina, it's nice to meet you. We've been looking for you. My name's Rohana. These are my party members. Would you care to tell us your side of things with Strahd?
Well, I don't know. Strahd is obsessed with me for some reason. He found me and he attacked me in the church, and she motions to her neck. You see these bite marks on her neck. He Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
He bit me. I don't know what he wants from me. He looked at me and he had this just these crazy eyes. I just don't know what it is that he wants with me.
And you'd never seen him before at the church?
Well, I'm aware of Strahd, but I guess when he saw me at the church, he just something seemed to like snap in him when he saw me. Strahd does occasionally, roam the lands. Just what else does he do? He gets bored in his castle, so sometimes he roams the lands. Occasionally he'll make an appearance in the towns and just I don't know what he's doing, just looking around, I guess. And when he saw me, his demeanor changed. He got crazy. So I just don't know.
He thinks you're his soulmate, dear.
Why would we be soulmates?
You or someone bearing your resemblance and him a long time ago had a relationship, and he thinks you're her reincarnated.
Oh. Um, not that I know of. That's
Whatever. But he's lived a very long time, and that can do strange things to your mind.
yes, I guess it could. Eastmark kind of butts in and says, Irina, dearest sister, we we need to get you out of Barovia. We need to hide you.
I'll look at my party and ask them if they think we can escort her out of here if we can find a way.
Well, I've not had time to explore. Ismark, where do you want Alina to go?
Well,
I don't
the
think there's anywhere she can escape to.
escape from Barovia, or escape from Barovia, no, but we are quite close to Castle Ravenloft here. The further I can get Irina away from here, the easier it might be to, if not escape, at least to conceal her.
Did you have any place in mind?
We far, far west. If ideally, if you could get her to, excuse me, ideally, if you could get her to the Abbey of Saint Markovia and Krezek, that would be number one. But um, Valaki would also be acceptable.
Do you think that Strahd would not be able to find her there?
Those areas are rather a large distance from Castle Ravenloft, so it would be more difficult. Strahd could not just pop into town without at least some notice. He would be noticed coming. Um, Castle Ravenloft is only a few hours' journey from here, so he can appear into the village of Barovia without much prior warning.
I look at Irene. Irene, what is it you want to do?
Well, I, I, I do want to get away from Strahd. I, I would like to maybe help fight him, but I don't feel strong enough right now. Perhaps if I could get away and have some time to hide and train, maybe I could become strong enough to, if not face him myself, at least help to face him.
Have you been feeling ill since he bit you?
No, no, and that's another reason I've been hidden away. Many of the villagers think that I have become afflicted by the curse, but at this point, I think it's safe to say that I haven't been. I've just got this ugly wound here that is rather telling.
Do you mind if I try and heal you, my dear?
Be my guest. I would be very glad to be rid of this injury.
I'm gonna use Cure Wounds on her.
Okay, one sec.
To see if that can heal that wound.
Okay, as you cast Cure Wounds on Irina, it, the bites on her neck appear to fade very slightly, but they're still there.
Been marked. Is it possible that Strahd could track you?
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't. I know that Strahd has many capabilities. There are rumors that he has some type of clairvoyance, but those are just rumors. I think that that's something that he's kind of spread himself.
I think, for the time
Kind of-
being, my dear, it would be safest for you to stay here. Let me and my party discuss and see if we think taking you across the open land is the best, or see if maybe we think going directly for Strahd first might be the way to go. Can we
All
come
right,
back
well,
tomorrow?
yes, I will wait here. I've been fairly safe in this room. Please don't tell anybody what you've seen here.
It will not leave my party, I promise. I'll kind of step out of the room and grab Oscar and drag him with me back to the main area. Because I know he's the one most likely to cause trouble.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
So-
we're outside now.
Yeah, Ismark kind of pulls this hidden door shut and waves his hand over it, and you really can't even tell it's there anymore.
Something just doesn't make sense about this.
Nothing
What
makes
is
sense about
bothering
this.
you, Oscar?
If Strahd had already found Irene, then why go through the trouble to get us to help him?
Are we sure this happened in this order? Perhaps you were hired before the
When
this
when was
attack on the abbey.
when
When
was
was
the
the
abbey
attack?
attacked?
We will have to ask Father Donovich.
Because we were only hired 2 days ago.
And if
As
it
far
was
as
so
you know.
easy for Strahd to find Irene so fast, that was pointless to get us involved altogether.
Perhaps he has other machinations.
I don't feel like taking Irene across the open world of Barovia right now is the best idea.
Well, also, I do not think that facing Strahd now is within our grasp.
We've
Um,
seen what he can do.
is it the damage to the church, and also if we struggled so much with a simple spawnling, I do not like our chances against the
To be
creator.
completely fair, we were holding our punches against the spawnling. But I
True.
see what you mean.
Even so, it was a struggle to subdue him, and I do not think even with the blows that I had meant to harm him, that we were making much headway. It was lucky that you were able to restrain him long enough to tie him up.
Let's weigh our options. We have a couple. We can take the fight to Strahd, which seems to be the least of least smart of all our options. He seems to be too powerful for us at the time, even with help. How
I would argue though that taking Irene out into the open is just as stupid.
Well,
If that bite
We
does what I
don't-
think it does, because I can't heal that bite. That bite does what I think it does, and he can follow her. We could end up in an open field somewhere with no support and a very pissed off Legion on us.
well,
we can ask Alexander to identify?
or detect magic if there is, I think, divination magic from the wound, then we would have that concern. But if it is not magical, who knows? Also, Ismark may have a better idea of how to do so uh, overtly, so that we can.
I feel like if Eastmark could have done it covertly, he already would have. The best
Well,
he could do is hide her.
How how long is the travel time between Barovia and this town and where we want to go?
I believe he said Velaki and also the abbey in. Um, oh, what was the town? It started with a Z.
Krezik.
Oh, no, the abbey in Kazik. And he said that was preferred, but also that it was further.
Okay, now here's an option we haven't discussed. What if we do neither of these things? What if we go to the Abbey first and make sure they are willing to take and hide her? see if maybe they can provide transport to make it a little bit faster.
You see what they've
Well,
done here at this town. What's going to stop Strahd from coming back and doing the same thing to the rest of the town? In the meantime, we would be wise to remove the danger from the town.
But we put her
We
in
would-
more danger, and I don't want to do that unless we absolutely cannot avoid it.
We're putting an entire town in danger.
And who's to say he won't still attack when we take her?
That's why we have to stop him, but we can't right now.
I believe he attacked once he found Irina. Yes. So if he does not find her here, then will he attack?
Possibly.
And
I mean, honestly,
I would
there's
like
no
to.
winning solution to this. There's no way
It
we come
it
out ahead.
it all will involve risks.
We can't. I can't turn away from somebody who needs help.
And I'm not saying we do that. I'm saying we weigh our options.
Well, I
first
believe
go
we
to
are
the
trying
Abbey.
to do this.
And what if we take her, and what if we get to the Abbey and they don't want her? What if they refuse to take her?
Well, Ismark would know best. No?
I don't think so.
Why would he not?
Because he hasn't left this town. He's going off assumptions. We
First things
Well-
first. We should probably see if, out of character, Boone, can we get Alexander to do something even though he's not here?
Yeah.
I mean, he's been able to do it with some of the other ailments. I cast, I think it was Identify. I'm sorry, I forgot what the spell is. But was able to tell more about the ailment. Maybe we could see if there's something tracky or something of the sort to the spell or wound.
And perhaps Ismark has a plan of action that requires more than himself. Perhaps his plan to remove Irina required more people than he trusted or that he had at his disposal. So I
Let's
think
ask.
that at least listening to what he intends would. I mean,
We can
if
ask
he
him.
has transport or otherwise.
I mean, I think asking would be the best first step, but we have to decide on one of the three paths. And I don't
Okay.
think any of them are going to end well for all involved.
Regardless
I
of whichever choice we take, there's going to be danger. Yes, risk. Danger to ourselves and danger to the people around us. So let's try to do the one that's going to do the least amount of damage. Let's go ahead and have a conversation with them, get a little bit more information, and then we can make an informed decision after that.
Okay. So can we go inside and speak with Ismark?
Eastmark is nearby, right?
Yeah, I would assume you were still near him.
Eastmark.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you have a plan to move Irene?
I do have a plan. If you agree to take Karina, then I could arrange for you to take transportation. I could arrange for a carriage, a horse-drawn carriage.
How
you
long
know-
is the journey?
The journey to Kresik will be with the carriage. Assuming you hit no bumps along the road, approximately a day by carriage.
I think we can manage
All
that.
the way to Kresik? Oh my.
If it, that's not that much farther than here from. Ravenloft? What makes you so sure it will be safer?
Um, Klesik and the Abbey of Saint Markovia has certain protections that makes Strahd averse to it. Um, Castle Ravenloft is only about a couple of 2 or 3 hours journey from here, so it is a little bit farther.
What do you think, Oscar? Since apparently
When
you're
did
the unofficial leaders of this group now.
Strahd attack?
When did he attack? I would say maybe a week ago.
That really doesn't add up.
Oh, you said that.
As far as we know, we've
It's only been a few days,
3 days.
2-3 days tops, right, Boone?
Mm, Let me see. So, yeah, I would say the timing would be close, but from what you could tell, probably 3 or 4 days, something like that.
And he attacked
Did-
a week ago, so he.
Did Strahd
pretty
attack
close.
before or after he found Irene?
It was after.
So we can reason that he's attacking the village because Irene is here, or he believes Irene is here, or whichever way it is. Removing Irene from the town removes a danger to the rest of the townsfolk and puts it squarely on us. We have the advantage that Strahd, as far as we know, doesn't know that we're helping Irene.
But when he finds out that we're not on his side anymore, how badly for us is it gonna go?
Hopefully, we'll already be in the other town with protections by then.
With Wizard Boy over there asleep, I think we're required to make the choice on our own. And I say we do it.
I see no other way. If we don't help Irene, she'll be here. Everybody else will get attacked. We risk Irene and ourselves getting killed anyway. I think the most sensible thing to do would be to take whatever measures we can and carriage if they can spare it and so forth, and just go.
Or we could use her as
fucking
bait
speaks.
to eliminate Strahd completely.
We
weren't
talked
with
about
us.
these.
He destroyed. He destroyed 6 undead with 1 spell. Even I can't do that yet. And I fucking mastered the undead. I cannot do that.
Yeah,
You
but
didn't-
we only have to destroy 1 undead.
You didn't see what he did to the undead in when we met him originally.
He did 6 with 1 spell.
It was a massacre, and I am 100% sure he'd probably do the same thing to us at the drop of a hat.
Just saying, we could find a river, hang her over a river, and when he comes, push him in the water.
Is the running water thing really true?
No.
I don't know if it transferred to 5e. It's from at least 80
Well, we can discuss it out of character all we want, but do your players know these things?
Exactly.
Yeah, yes, because mine is the offspring of one of my former characters who killed a vampire. So suck it.
So
No,
your
thanks. My
background.
mother told me not to put small things in my mouth.
Oh,
That
Damn.
is why I knew so much about the vampires, because my
You
first
put
mate
small
here
things in your
has.
mouth?
No, certainly not. He would probably kill me if I took a bite of him. But that is why I knew about the river. I do not like our chances at this yet, though. I do not think that this will go over well if we directly combat Strahd now.
Yeah, let's not do the whole combat thing, Strahd. I'm gonna have to go squarely against that. Not that I'm afraid. It's a matter of preservation. We should seek a way to destroy him without being mutually destroyed, or just destroyed and them not being destroyed.
Can we make it through a session without you trying to fucking kill me, Oscar?
Do try not to choke.
Too fucking late. No, I think taking her to the Abbey is the best option, and you do know they will take her. Correct?
Have you been in correspondence with them?
Well, the Abbey of Saint Markovia is known to be there to help desperate souls. It would shock me if they turned her away. No, I have not personally asked, but they are known for being charitable.
All right, we're working on an assumption.
Have they gone against Strahd before?
They are not really in particular for or against Strahd. They are their own entity, but they are blessed by the Morning Lord, and they do what they can to help souls who are in need.
But them not being outspoken against Strahd has me concerned.
What
Darling,
makes us
nobody
think-
is out. Not you will not find a single soul in Barovia publicly outspoken against Strahd. That would be a death wish.
What makes you think they're not just going to turn her over to Strahd to save themselves? Sorry, but I don't have a high opinion of the people of the cloth.
Oi, fucker!
Yeah.
One, he's a fucking paladin and he's saying that. Two,
If
I'm a
the
fucking
sand-
cleric and he's saying that.
If the sandal fits,
He's an agnostic paladin.
Paladins can swear to an oath. They do not need a deity.
bazinga.
There is no guarantee that anybody will be a surefire solution to the problem, but I
This is
just
making
say
me want
I
to
have
go back to my suggestion of we go talk to them first. Now
Look,
that we
took a chance with helping Strahd, and now we're taking a chance with helping Irene. Honestly, we're more readily available to help Strahd than we are to Irene. I feel like we should just help her.
if we die, I'm going to haunt your ass for the next millennia.
If you die and come back, and you're more than welcome to kill me as many times as you need to.
Man,
Boone knows who my father is. Boone's been given my backstory to do as he wishes with, so don't say something you might not regret.
That being said, are we in agreement?
Yes. Let's go help her. And hopefully not die in the
do what we
process.
can. And hopefully get paid.
Fucking rogues.
Helping people is payment in and of itself.
Fucking paladins.
I mean, it does not. It does not
No,
help me.
no, it's not.
But we will
Spare us
try
that.
we will see what we can do about filling our bellies. Okay. Does anybody need to get anything before we leave?
I suggest we take a long rest and do it in the morning.
Oh, absolutely. Bright and early in the morning. During
Mhm.
sunlight. Well, as much sunlight
What
as
sunlight?
Barovia. Yeah, as much sunlight as Barovia allows.
It is never sunny in Barovia.
It's always just like kind of cloudy, kind of like
So the Pacific Northwest.
yeah. When there's
Oh,
light, there is light, but it's always dreary no matter what.
Perfect weather.
Well, the light of our friendship will protect us.
Oh, go
Look at
fuck
the
yourself
gnome.
with that nonsense. I'm going to take a rest.
Misa just kind of chuckles.
I just thought of punting him, but still doing lay on hands. Uh, well, does anybody need rations? BT dubs.
No, I'm fine.
We have that lovely fiend pie.
It's a dream pie.
Fiend pie.
I get Sweeney Todd vibes every time you talk about that. I'm just
Mhm.
saying.
Super Sweeney Todd vibes. Long rest time?
Yep.
Somebody needs to tell Arena the plan that we're taking her tomorrow.
Just for the sake of ease, assume she heard you through the wall.
It's a very thin wall.
Or she has very good vampire hearing.
Just for the sake of not having to RP the exact same conversation again.
Considering I probably couldn't remember a word that I said, that's probably for the best. I remember to host you, right, Oscar?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Actually,
Ooh, there's an epic Curse of Strahd soundtrack.
oh god.
Play
There's
it.
a D&D Beyond extension for Twitch, by the way.
I'll look into it.
It shows our character sheets and our health points and that kind of stuff. Or it shows our characters and their health points, and you can click on it to go to their sheets.
Oh no, there's a soundtrack for G-Drink pastries.
I was gonna say, since we now have a rogue in the party, I'm gonna remove my Find Traps spell.
Some of this stuff seems to be a little spoilery.
That would not be the wise thing to do. I am horrible at that.
Okay, never
Horrible what?
I am not the most observant. That is what I have a crew for.
And you rely on him to be observant?
No. There were other crew members, but we
Not
did not
anymore.
wake up with them in Barovia. That's why I'm cautioning against getting rid of a way to find traps, because that is not what I do.
I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it.
Okay, we can just push Ro in front of the trap. Oh, she took her headset
I don't
off.
have my headset on, so if you're saucing me, I can't hear it.
Damn it.
Okay, what were you saying?
A moment's passed, you missed it.
I'm sorry, I've had my hair pulled back super tight all day and my head was starting to hurt.
Well, that's why she is so persnickety.
No, I'm
It's-
just like that to Oscar to annoy the shit out of him.
Oh, okay. She can insult you, but I can't.
I am genuinely trying to understand.
Typical tieflings.
I'm sorry, you try and use my horns as a battering ram, I officially don't like you.
Look,
That
I
does
mean,
hurt quite a lot.
I'm
if you
guessing
got it,
know from
use it.
experience. I'm
But
sure
we
you've
took a
got plenty of
long
equipment you
rest.
don't use over there, so I don't want to hear it.
All of my equipment gets lots of use. Wink.
It's like that thing from WandaVision, that meme.
Fucking god. How did I end up with 2 different Gatorades on my desk?
By drinking a lot of Gatorade.
Well, I grabbed a couple after I got my second shot, and apparently ended up with 2 of them open at the same time.
The mysteries of life, you know.
No, the mysteries of ADHD.
Alright,
The mysteries of Gatorade.
can we have Alexander use detect magic or identify anything on the wounds on Irina?
Yeah,
Thank you. I can't clap and hit the push to talk button at the same time, so I'm doing it with my other hand
Why do you have push to talk on?
because I'm not rude.
Dang. I never have much to talk on. So you
I've just
calling
been
me
with
rude?
I've just been with way too many people that have don't have like a threshold or something, and therefore they end up eating into the mic or drinking or slurping or saying something that they end up regretting after the fact.
My mic's all the way up here.
So I learned to just push to talk for literally everything.
I don't think we've had a session yet that I haven't ended up eating something in the middle of it, but
Oh no, I've heard. I'm kidding.
Anyways, so Alexander will cast. It won't be identified because it has to be on an object, and you're looking to identify Irina's wound, right? Or get a gist of Irina's wound.
What about my detect? No.
Detect magic could work because that doesn't have to be specific to a thing. Detect magic just requires you to, or rather, detect magic just looks looks and sees if anything gives off like a magical ping.
I don't have detect magic. I have detect evil and good, which is
Well, Alexander has detect magic.
there we go.
So, Alexander, could you look and see if there is a lingering magic on Irina's wound?
Please and thank you, wizard warlock person.
All right, this is my Alexander voice. Hoo-hoo, absolutely, hoo-hoo.
Oh, I'm totally clipping that for him.
I have a baby.
All right, so Alexander does like a little doot 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 dance, and you get detect magic,
He does a
and
dance.
doot 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 doot.
Yes.
All right, so with detect magic up, Alexander says or lets you guys know that he does not get any kind of a magical ping coming off of Irina.
Well, that seems safer than not.
Anything else you have that you want, or is detect magic just up for 10 minutes, or do you have to do it per thing?
Is 10 minutes.
He takes 10 minutes and casts it as a ritual, so he doesn't use a spell slot.
But the duration.
And it can be concentrated on for 10 minutes as well, so.
It's backwards, but it said Alexander dances, and I have.
It wasn't backwards for me.
Oh, good. I marked it so that I know what part of the stream Alexander was dancing.
Alrighty, anything else that you want Alexander to detect?
Not magic.
D's nuts, but no. Does anybody else need anything before we leave?
I think we're good.
I think that is everything.
Were we able to get a carriage? I asked.
Yes. Eastmark will be able to provide you with a horse-drawn carriage. Is anybody proficient in land vehicles? Okay, cool. So, you won't need to get a driver, you can drive yourself.
You drive, I'll stand on the back. We can put the miniature one inside.
You're tall enough, you can be the lookout.
I can actually ride horses because I got animal handling.
I mean, so do I, but I'd prefer to be on the back of the carriage, and I'd like it if at least two of you were in with her.
Yeah, these horses are probably gonna look at you kind of funny if you try and ride them. Be like, "We're driving your car, bitch." I mean, you could totally ride him if you wanted to, but the horses would side eye you the whole time. Excuse me, side eye you the whole time.
I mean, they'd probably think he was a fly, as small as he is.
How heavy is your character?
I didn't actually give him a weight, but he's under 100.
Excellent, excellent.
Oh no, I don't.
It's like
want
80 pounds of pure muscle and anger for being short.
Yeah, I've carried buckets that are more heavy than you.
My armor weighs more than him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need armor, and then I flex my tiny pecs. Wee, wee. I'm like a little Terry Crews.
More like a Yorkshire Terrier.
Just gonna flex them in time, like, cause you can't do it.
Okay, so Oscar is driving. I'm gonna be
Yes.
standing on the back of the carriage. I want at least one or two in with her. The other two will walk flank. Does that sound good?
Everybody could ride in if they wanted to, but if you wanted anybody on the outside, they could. Keep in mind if you have people walking, it's going to slow down your speed. The carriage is going to have to go slower to accommodate for the speed that people can walk.
Well, doesn't Geom kind of have to walk?
Why don't we have extra horse if we can procure one, and he can ride ahead as a scout?
Yeah. You could. That would be at your expense, but you could look for an additional horse.
Soldier training
What does that do?
literally just gives me a bit of better idea of like what to do in that kind of situation.
Okay, I gave this to you for free, so I didn't have to look it up, but here I am looking it up. Hold on.
I'm assuming Miza is penniless.
I have some gold on my person.
You washed it
Would
with
depend
gold.
on how much. Ugh. I always have a pouch that cannot be washed off.
Did we get more gold last week, by the way?
I'm sorry. Did you forget? Did you not? Did you not hear the part where she said that she has a pouch that can't be washed off?
And
I'm
I
ignoring
will
that.
show on the inside of my vest there is something that is stitched to my side, so even when I move it cannot move off of my person. So
Oh,
it is
okay.
a
So,
pouch inside the vest.
okay, Silky Ganache.
I don't remember what Silky did that warrants that comment.
The intro to the All Stars thing. She pulled out a full glass of milk out of her breast.
Oh, oh.
It's
It's
pretty
not a
impressive.
breast pocket, but yeah.
I'm gonna milk myself.
Nope.
She pulled out a
That's
cookie
not a
from once.
soundbite we need.
Pulled out a cookie from one side, and then from the other pulled out a glass of milk.
Nope. Don't need that in my life. Alright.
So if you wanted to rent out a horse to this would just be a temporary rental. You would drop it off once you got to the other town. That would be 3 gold.
We can
Very
do
well.
that.
I'll go ahead and front for the 3 gold.
Great.
Alright.
You didn't answer
Removing
my
3
question. Did we
gold.
get more gold last week? I don't remember.
I don't think they got any.
No,
No. Okay.
no, we did not do anything that deserved a reward, even though
I know we
Yeah.
got the bag of Holden, but
I mean that was
That's a lot.
I know, bitching about no reward with your bag of holding.
I was just making sure there was nothing extra after that because I wasn't here.
Alrighty, so
you got all the things. Wait, what's this attunement items anyway?
attunement is magical items that you have to equip, basically.
What do you get, like 3 of them total, I believe?
Yes.
Unless
I
you're an
want to go
artificer.
to there.
Yeah, then it's 5?
Depending
Mhm.
on the kind, but yes.
So
Okay.
where are we headed? Are you going more into the direct? Are you gonna try and make it to Krezik?
Yes.
Alrighty, cool. So, and if you guys haven't already hit the long rest button, you can do so. Alrighty.
Where are we?
You are going to be right here in the village of Barovia.
Okay.
August will be our travel token.
Mhm.
One sec. Alrighty. Give me one sec to get everything pulled up here.
Panic.
I'm just pulling up like maps and resources and stuff. Actually, give me like, if you guys want to run to the restroom, give me like 5 minutes just so I can get everything ready. I was ill
Sweet.
prepared.
I was gonna actually say that, but I didn't want to interrupt. I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
I am down for this. I will be right back.
Kind of sad that I have to wait till level 8. So, well, I guess next level for me, but then level 9 as a group for the next opportunity at a feat.
Mm-hmm.
Just because there's a lot of stuff like to make this build work that I would really like to have.
Mm-hmm.
Girl,
Someone
same.
remind me again why I haven't shaved my fucking head yet this summer.
Girl, same.
I mean, that's all 3 of us.
All right, because I'm trying to get a boyfriend again, and most guys don't like women with half their head shaved.
Let's go
I
full on
mean,
Dyke.
Fuck.
I'm
I
queer
mean,
enough. I don't need to give myself more issues finding a boyfriend.
I mean, if you do, you'll find the guy that's, right, because when you do find the guy that likes it, he'll be down with that kind of shit, as opposed to getting with someone and then like, hey, I want to do this, and like, no, fuck this shit, and they leave,
Wow.
So, do it anyway and find the guy that likes you for who you are.
I love that we're having this conversation and I met Ryan through a dating app and he's just sitting there quiet.
I mean, he's the gnome barbarian. What do you want? All he wants is to get in the action, if you know what I mean.
Giggity.
I mean, probably.
Giggity.
That was not why we met.
I mean, all he really wants to do is RP how he's gonna chop things off at the knees. So, I mean,
Nothing
I'm not
wrong
sure
with
how that
that.
translates to real life.
Okay, and I'm ready, guys. Sorry.
No worries.
Let's get back to the game.
Okay. Cool. So, one thing that I'm ill prepared for is this traveling long distances. So,
Yeah, when you said it was like a day to Kresik, I'm like, what?
well, according to like a fish, I think Scones extended it for the drama, but like the actual distance across Barovia, like from corner to corner, is only like 20 miles. And if you're on a carriage, according to the stuff I've read, like that's like an 18-hour trip or something.
So
Yeah.
on the map, can you point to me? Please tell me it's not this place, right?
Point to what now?
This map is so big I cannot see what you're
Oh my
talking about.
god. Okay. How do you use highlight an area?
Hang it. Hold click.
Yeah, what about that?
Is the place we're going right over here?
Yep.
How do
Course
you
it is.
know? Can you see the names?
Nope, I sure can't. It's just the only other village, and the other village is over here. So
Oh,
A
is
plus
that-
B equals 3.
I don't know.
There is a settlement here,
Okay, this is
Yeah.
gonna be interesting.
and there.
It's gonna be full of vampires. That's what it's gonna be.
I mean, it's Barovia. By the way, have you decided what you're doing with my backstory boon?
No, I
Okay.
haven't.
I wish I was more creative and had a better
This
backstory.
is your first character. Just go with it. Be the bland little save the world pony boy that you are. Embrace it and then move on. Everyone's first character is basically themselves in the best possible light with no flavor.
Stop being so supportive. Let me hate myself.
Everyone makes this. Trust me, my first character was this rogue. Oh god, looking back and saying, shrugging at how horrible it was, but it was fun. So just have fun with it, and you can play out other things later.
I don't actually remember my first character I've been playing that long.
My first character is fairly similar, but much more bland than this one.
I mean, you are making progress, and that is important.
Stop being
Alright.
so supportive. You're not my real dad. Okay, go ahead.
I don't want to be your dad. Daddy maybe, but otherwise no. But I'm touch. Alright, moving on.
Alrighty, so
Not tonight.
you'll start traveling down the way. You'll just kind of start following the path.
You said it was 18 hours, so do we want to try and have 2 9-hour days? So that would not push us terribly. Usually we travel for 8 hours. We could push it for another hour and get there in 2 days, yeah?
He said it was a 1 hour, one day trip.
If you go the
So
whole day, if you go the whole day, it would basically like from beginning of day to end of day. That would be like the travel time.
do we
If
really think it's wise to stop in the middle of the night and camp in
No.
Barovia?
Well, you have a map, yes?
we're on it right now.
Unfurls it, just kind of struggles with it, looking at it.
So if we do not. So if it is approximately 18 hours of travel, then on a good traveling day, you travel for 8 hours and you can usually push for more, but it is very taxing on the horses and ourselves to push much past
Let's
the
push
8
as far
hours.
as we can. Maybe we can stop at one of the villages, or maybe we can find a place
So
to stop.
I'm thinking perhaps we could spend the night in this settlement here.
Are we going in that
Yes.
direction?
Well, if Classic is further, I do not see why we would not.
We're going awfully
seems
close to the
on-
castle.
Well, you'll have to just by nature of the shape of the map.
It's not-
The mountains will not let us go anywhere else. They are hundreds and hundreds of feet tall, and we will have no choice but to go here and through the pass. So
Okay, well,
I say we make all haste for moving past there, and also there is the encampment of the Stani, but Stopping
Let's
there will take
push.
more time.
We should probably try to push hardest right where when we're passing close to the. Yeah, I heard that too. Right close to
Woo!
the close to the castle.
Alrighty. So as you are, oh shit, my map's going crazy. So as you're traveling and you come kind of about here, well, here-ish at this crossroads, you see off in the distance here a camp. This was the camp that you were told about by Cyrilla, where Madame Ava resides.
Ooh, divination.
I'll pretend I know what's going on.
Oh, right. Sorry. Long story short, we encountered one of the Vistani leaders, and not one of the Vistani, and they told us that if we wanted to get our fortunes read in like shorter words than she actually used, that we can stop by there.
So you don't have to, I'm just pointing it out that it's there.
I kind of really wanted it, but we're really close to the castle.
I mean, you've been really close to the castle the whole time.
Oh, that does ease my anxiety. Thank you.
So, Asuka's kind of in favor. Favor. Anybody else?
I say we do it. I'll keep an eye on the girl.
Yeah.
Well, we can all go. I am sure that Vistani would not mind terribly. We do not need to entirely let them know that she is there. So,
Alrighty. So, if we're heading in that direction as we come into the camp, you follow this road, this winding road, excuse me, which gradually disappears and is replaced by a twisted, muddy path through the trees. Deep ruts in the earth are evidence of the comings and goings of wagons. The canopy of mist and branches suddenly gives way to black clouds boiling far above. There's a clearing here, next to a river that that widens to form a small lake several hundred feet across. 5 colorful round tents, each 10 feet in diameter, are pitched outside a ring of four barrel-topped wagons. A much larger tent stands near the shore of the lake, its sagging form lit from within. Near this tent, 8 unbridled horses drink from the river. The mournful strains of an accordion clash with the singing of several brightly clad figures around a bonfire. A footpath continues beyond the encampment, meandering north between the river and the forest edge. And as you come up to the area, this is what you see. Or is it all like blacked out?
it is black.
Black.
I don't know why it's automatically all blacked out. I will
It just
reveal it.
blinded me as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you're already blind. You wear glasses.
You wear glasses too.
That's exactly how I know how blind you are.
Reveal.
We are going to be in such trouble if you get hit on the head and we have to find glasses repair in Barovia.
I'm not wearing glasses in
Rohana
my
doesn't wear
character.
glasses.
Can't see without my glasses. Obviously, I don't wear glasses as Asuka because I can't hit anything.
Hold on, it's not revealing. One sec.
Speaking of
In the
glasses,
words of
where's my
Scones.
glasses?
Damn you, reveal too!
I know. Okay, now this hopefully will work.
My god, I just realized how fucking white I am because of the screen.
Just now? I'm actually darker than I ever was before right now. I've been in the sun so much.
I don't get sunlight. This does not look promising.
Oh,
Are we in the Svalak Woods?
No, we're in the Sarpul encampment.
No, I mean, but around us.
Um, no, not really. Well, kind of, yeah. Yeah, actually. You getting spoiled from those
YouTube,
songs?
YouTube stuff. There's like a 2 hour loop of like that, the music for that forest. I'm like, oh yes.
I don't
Mhm.
hear your music.
You don't because it's actually for the stream.
Well, we need music.
If you start music, I will turn off mine because battling music.
Well, just get. Well, not battle music. What are you using? Because that's
No,
the reason I haven't been playing music is because you guys are kind of like, I'm a stream. So I've been not playing it to avoid copyright issues.
I just look up random D&D music on YouTube and I play that in the background and it doesn't show it doesn't you guys won't be able to hear it, but I can hear it and stream can hear it.
Okay, hold on, because
But if put music and I'll go ahead and turn this off. She has a very evil looking token. There's a lot of these.
Can you enlarge us, please?
Hey Google, turn off
Or
kitchen
when
light.
this time?
one sec here.
There are a lot of Vistani here.
It's a Vistani encampment.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, roommate was yelling at my cats. I had to make sure it wasn't World War III going on.
Seeing
Vistani
red tokens
encampment
triggers
has
me.
Vistani.
This is saying please connect to a voice channel first. I'm connected to one. What do you mean?
But are
What
you
were you
connected
trying
to one?
to do?
Oh, somebody's already using me seeks.
Use the other
Yeah,
one.
I am.
That did not scare the shit out of me. Nobody saw that.
Yeah, they start out loud.
Mhm.
I mean, I can go ahead and rewind the stream and look at it for posterity's sake forever.
Alright, that's the token that you were asking for.
Not scary at all.
Looks like my
No.
ex-girlfriend.
Oh.
I mean, you and me both.
Looks like you made a bad life choice.
I've made a few of those, honey.
Can we drag our tokens out to somewhere?
Yes. Going ahead and drag him out. I'll say, yeah, the path right there.
Can you drag out Guillaume and August?
Not August, Alexander.
Oh,
Oh,
August.
Alexander. Sorry.
Sad.
So many companions, so little time.
Alrighty, so you arrive in the encampment here. Yeah, so you see there's 8 horses drinking from the river here. Those are used to pull the wagons, and they're just kind of taking a break right here. So you also see 12 Vistani that are standing around and sitting around the fire, telling stories and guzzling wine.
I will oppose, and I will say, hello. How are you this fine day?
Um, we are. I am doing all right. How are you doing? What brings you here?
We
You
are
received an invite.
traveling from Barovia to Kresik, and we met a woman by the name of Cyrilla, and she said that we should speak in audience with Madame Eva. Is she around?
Oh, Cyrilla, you say? Yes, she is a good friend. Madame Eva is back in her tent. Um, with a reference like Cyrilla, you may go see her.
And I will take a deep bow lifting my coat behind me in deference, and I will make my way carefully.
The Vistani kind of just cheers at you vaguely with his bottle of wine, and then look, 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 look.
I will take out one of the bottles of hooch out of my vest and offer it as a gift and say it is not very tasty, but it will get you drunk if you would like this.
Is there anything you can't carry around, Misa?
Get to know me.
I was gonna say, is there one of those in there for me?
It pulls out, reaches on a little bit more and holds up a second bottle of hooch and boots it back.
Amazing.
And so the Vista will take the hooch, then I will move forward.
It takes it and kind of puts it down and gives you a thumbs up.
Okay. I will carefully make my way through. Are you coming?
I'll go around so I don't step on people.
I just put an extension in Discord chat for y'all, by the way, that makes dark mode for Roll20, because I know I'm not the only one who gets blinded by this damn site on a regular basis.
You are a goddess. Thank you. I'm over
Aw.
here blocking it off with like a Google blank page because I'm like,
I can tell.
So we make our way into into this tent.
Alrighty. As you enter the tent, you see all around you these magic flames that seem to cast a reddish glow over the interior of the tent. This glow reveals a low table covered in a black velvet cloth. Glints of light seem to flash from a crystal ball on the table as the hunched figure peers into its depths. As the crone speaks, her voice crackles like dry weeds. At last, you have arrived. And then she begins to have cackling laughter that bursts from her withered lips.
You have been expecting us?
Well, yes. I have been expecting you. I expect many things. You have been something on my list for quite some time.
Oh,
How did you know?
This individual kind of pulls out a deck of cards and fans it out on the table in front of her. The Taroka deck, darling. It sees much more than you would expect. Oscar,
Ooh, what do I do? Do I pick a card?
well, if you want to begin the reading so quickly, we can. I was not going to be quite so crass. I was just telling you how I knew you were here.
oh, we do not mean to offend, Madam Eva. Is there anything that you would like to do beforehand?
Well, just in introductions, as you all seem to know, I am Madame Eva. I am fortune teller extraordinaire. Thank you for the introduction, Misa. Lost pirate who is looking for a new ship, I see.
And a safer way home, and perhaps riches along the way. It seems that I have become involved with some do-gooding, and as we are trapped, and I have no way of leaving it, it is a thing to pass the time. I'm sure that we will get into many adventures along the way. All the stories for when I get back on the seas.
Well, darling, if you are here in Barovia, there will certainly be stories to tell.
Oh. life is a series of stories. It is collecting all the best ones makes it worthwhile.
Absolutely. Well, I would wait. Oh yeah, forgot where I was at. Well, I understand. Cyrilla has referred you to me. Do you understand the level of services that I offer?
I look to Oscar and say, I do not think I remember everything. Um, if it would be no insult, would you explain more? Looking back to Madam Eva, if Oscar does not remember.
Oh, sorry. Then I thought you were asking her.
Well, I mean, I will look to you and say, do you remember? But then look to her and ask her to explain.
I just remember Cyrilla inviting us to come visit her. Should we be interested in having our what was the term that she used? I'm just
Thoughts and
snapping
sweats.
snapping my fingers next to my head. I'm just like I just can't remember.
Hmm. You said, was it the Taroka deck to make divinations?
Absolutely, darling. The Taroka deck is the only reasonably accurate measure for divination.
Would you consider doing this for us at a price or otherwise?
You have been very interesting. I will not need a price. I will just need each of your consents to participate in this reading.
I'm still back at the
When
carriage. Does she know that?
Yeah, I see no reason why not.
she knows that there are the six of us, so I do not think so. Why?
He calls out to Rohana and Jimothy, as she knows the other two are comatose. Darlings, darlings, please, come speak with Madame Eva.
And I will go to the group and ask them to come with us.
You have my permission.
You do not know what we were talking about. You are over there with your car.
I would explain on the way. I would explain what is being offered.
All right. So, Rohana, Asuka, Misa, Timothy, one last time. Do I have each of your consents to peer into your futures, potentially?
Yes.
I give my consent.
Wonderful. So she fans out the Taroka deck and places them into this arrangement, which you see here. Alright, so as she spreads the Taroka deck, she. Hold on, let me get everything pulled up. Alright, so as she pulls up the Taroka deck here, she kind of waves her hand and says, "This spread is likely to be indicative of your futures. I will flip them and read them, and I will tell you what I see." So, the first deck, or excuse me, the first card, the one on the left here. This card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. She flips it over. She says, Ah, the Five of Glyphs, the Druid. This card represents the ambivalence and cruelty of nature and those who feel drawn to it. It also represents inner turmoil. What I see here, I see, and Madame Ava's eyes kind of go fully white for a moment. I see here an evil tree grows atop a hill of graves where the ancient dead sleep. The ravens can help you find it. Look for the treasure there. Alright. Next card. The top one here. This card tells of a powerful force for good and protection. A holy symbol of great hope. And then she flips it.
What was the card?
Yeah, she's flipping it now.
Oh shit, she was just like Yu-Gi-Oh-ing that shit like, oh, this feels like good and evil, and it's like, ha!
Based
You've
on the
activated my tap card.
based on the spread, she's telling you what card in each position will indicate before she tells you.
Wonderful.
Alright? So, this coin, the six of coins, or excuse me, this card, the six of coins, it is the beggar. This card, it represents a sudden change in economic status or fortune. Then her eyes turn fully white again, kind of milky. What I see here, a wounded elf has what you seek. He will part with the treasure to have his dark dreams fulfilled. Her eyes go back to normal. Alright. Next card. One on the right. This card is a card of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight. And she flips it. The Two of Glyphs. This card represents those who spread wisdom and faith to others. It also represents the warnings of the spread of fear and ignorance. Her eyes go white once again. I see a garden dusted with snow, watched over by a scarecrow with a sackcloth grin. Look not to the garden, but to the guardian. Right. She comes back once again, and she waves her hand over the bottom card here. This card. This card will be interesting. This card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against darkness. And she grabs this card, and as she touches it, she kind of has like a kind of a surprised look on her face. For some reason, this card is not one, but three. They seem to have stuck together. This could be... I do not know what this could mean. I will do my best. And she takes these cards, fans the three out, flips over the first one. Ah, the mists. The Queen of... the mists. This card represents something unexpected or mysterious that can't be avoided. A great quest or journey that will try one's spirit. Her eyes glow white. What I see here, a Vistana wanders this land alone, searching for her mentor. She does not stay in one place for long. Seek her out at Saint Markovia's Abbey, near the mists. Alright, she flips over the next one. Ah, the Seer. This card represents inspiration and keen intellect. A future event, the outcome of which will hinge on a clever mind. She kind of looks over to Alexander.
Oh, we're boned.
Alright, again her eyes glow white, or just turn all white. I see here that you need to look for a dusk elf living among the Vistani. He has suffered a great loss and is haunted by dark dreams. Help him, and he will help you in return. Right? Then flips the last card over at the bottom here. Lastly, the Raven. This card represents a hidden source of information, a fortunate turn of events, a secret potential for good. Her eyes turn white once again. I see here that you need to find the leader of the feathered ones who live among the vines. Though old, he has more fight left in him. And lastly, the center card. Your enemy is a creature of darkness, whose powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead you to him. She flips it over. Ah, the artifact. This card represents the importance of some physical object that must be obtained, protected, or destroyed at all costs. One last time, her eyes glow all white. He lurks in the darkness where the morning light once shone, a sacred place. Her eyes return to normal. She kind of... She's a little bit winded. Oh, that was a lot of information. I apologize. That has tired me.
We appreciate it.
I have
Yes.
never seen a reading that included 7 cards. To be able to carry this magic to completion is astonishing. I have never seen it before. Most of the up and coming mystics that I have encountered on my travels, they cannot accurately scribe past 3 cards, and you have done 7. You have our gratitude.
Madame Ava kind of chuckles to herself. Well, darling, the 7 cards are certainly not typical. But trust me
And
when I say I am no up-and-coming mystic.
that is evident. We would do well to heed these words. Yeah. To have such strong divination magic, it is. I have never seen such a thing.
Well, I try my best. I'm afraid I don't know that I have much more to offer. Is there anything else that I can do for you?
Is there other information that you can give us for the road ahead, or ways to keep us safe? The going ons in Barovia, or things to ways to keep going.
Well, I do not know how much I know of the what is currently on the roads, but the biggest piece of advice that I could tell you, take take caution. Try your best not to travel at night. Things get scary at night.
Well, in the land of a vampire, of the vampire, traveling at night is not my favorite idea.
get back
How
on the
can we
road, then
repay you
cover
for
as much
this?
ground as we can before the night falls.
Wait, what was that?
Shall we get back on the road then and cover as much ground as we can before night falls?
Indeed.
Sounds good.
Thank you, wise one. Most enlightening.
We appreciate
You are
all your
welcome,
help.
darlings. Oh, okay. You guys, I don't know that I'm like mentally here enough right now to keep going.
That's perfectly fine. We get it.
We
Especially
get it.
knowing what's coming. It's gonna be a hell of a fight, so
I'm just feeling like very anxious tonight, and I'm like not able to like really be here. I'm sorry.
don't apologize. We
You're
all have
fine.
those times.
Fine.
Mental health is important.
Mm-hmm.
We did a 2-hour session tonight, all said and done. I think we're in a good spot to end it. Pick
And
up
the rest of this will probably be a little bit hard with people missing, so
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
this way it'll end my recording at a good spot so I can make them actually watch the recording and know the cards that we just got.
Well, I have notes for this, and I can make a Google Docs for group notes if you would like.
That would probably
Cool.
be a good idea. But
that's a great idea.
So I will make the doc and paste it into chat, and so anyone can edit the document and put in their own notes. I will take notes during the session and do my best, but of course I am not perfect, so
if I
feel
take
free
any
to
notes, I
do it.
handwrite it and I'll type it up later. I'm stopping the recording now then.
Okay.
Alrighty.